Hello and welcome to the Kobold Cafe where we're playing Upsilon Transcending in GURPS 4th edition. I am Luke, the GM, and we've got Everoth.
Hello, I am Ebra, playing for you today Lucius 2D Lockhart, inside the body of a witch. Get prepared for random magic, wild stuff.
Band. We've got Terra.
Hey, I'm Tara. I play Lily, who has another NPC, Lily, who's already lived to this day, so hopefully I survive.
Clearly you must. Or else
I must.
just a dead body would have shown up, surely.
Yeah, surely.
We've got Jared.
Hey, I'm Jared. I'm playing Matthias Oberlin. He might cause the timeline to change in some way, which could mean that Fat Lily is from a different timeline. So, don't count your eggs before they're hatched.
I'll try my best not to. I thought you said Fat Lily, and so I just imagined a Fat Lily, and yeah, she is quite clearly from a different timeline. We've got James.
I am James. I play Sigrid the Berserker, leading her little army into battle.
They're all gonna die. Maybe. They're all listening to the rock musics and various Weird Al songs.
Again, rock music doesn't actually kill people.
This kind does. And we've got Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I'm playing Violet tonight, and she's looking forward to putting a little girl in her place.
Alright, so yeah, that's where we're at. There's a little girl who's very angry for some reason. She wants chaos. She especially don't like Lily. A bit of research has turned up that apparently what they look like at least, is someone who was killed in the same car accident that killed Lily's adoptive grandparents. Her motivations still aren't entirely clear, but she has, to an extent, mind-controlled the vast majority of the island and told them to kill politicians and Lily's family. And Lily. Shit's going down as a result of that. You lot have got it on good authority that she has to sleep for 24 hours once a week, and it's approaching sleep time. You've tracked her down to this nest, and you've pretty much raided her for the final battle, and you've all shown up to smack down. Lucius is possessing a witch right now. You've probably got like only another 2 or 3 minutes left before that'll wear out. Crocodiles here, clearly under Nura's control, along with a scary-looking master vampire. His name's Elder Vampire. I gave him older clothes. He's holding a brain.
Nice.
That's your brain. He's going to be holding your brain. And oh yeah, Edgeblood's also here, because it turned out he can't be mind-controlled, apparently. At least not by Nura.
There's not really much to control.
That could be it.
It turns out him having about the intellect of the dog.
It's an interestingly flavored unfazable, actually.
And guarding this place, wasn't here before but has shown up, is a weird giant guy with long arms. He managed to grapple Lily, but she broke out and flew off. He grappled Edgeblood, who shot him in the head a couple of times. But
oh yeah.
Did you get Edgeblood out with that grapple?
No, I remember he shot him, and then the big guy let him go.
Yeah, I want to reflavor that as he threw him against this wall, and Edgeblood maybe slumped down against it. That pretty much catches us up. Lily, you called out Nura and showed up.
She told me to murder myself, and instead I kicked a flashbang at her.
It goes off. Those won't work on me.
Shrug. Worth a shot.
I'm tired. I want to go to sleep.
Then do it.
You're going to kill me if I do.
I don't know if you got the memo, but I don't murder people.
Back at the entrance, this big thing looks at the slumped edge blood you all just saw it throw at the wall. It turns back, faces you like, ugh. The elder vampire steps up on the bars of this railing. So, this is very old style blocks built underneath Nirvana. There are still a few that look like this, but this one is all run down, tattered, been sealed off for 30 years maybe. It's sort of 15-ish stories, with the entrances stacked up on top of each other on sort of a big fire escape looking spectacle, with the first story starting just above head height. And the vampire will glide down from that room he were in. Crocodile straight up just jumps off, lands heavy and cracks that concrete tile he lands on.
Crocodile also thinks he's really lucky.
Oh yeah, you cast a charm on him, didn't you?
Failed
Tried
miserably.
to.
Yeah.
So it's for the best it failed. Otherwise, we would be retconning.
Maybe. You could easily die in here. I've got some powerful people with me, not like the ones you've faced before.
Oh, that was at me. Oh, yeah, that's all. That comes with the territory. Or you could just give up, and we could let you sleep in my holding cell.
I'm not letting you capture me. I will leave after I've slept. How does that sound? I've had enough fun for a few years, I think. But I do have more fun waiting. She kind of just pats this big wall that she's next to. Big, thick, concrete, stone. Clearly Kickstart's handiwork. You know what's on the other side of this? Ocean.
The water?
Lots and lots of ocean. Such a thick wall, but comparatively it's paper thin. Kind of like the barriers between worlds. I can call things through that will kill everything on this island. Maybe go on to kill everything on this planet. And if you don't let me sleep in peace, I will call it through. And she slaps the wall right here.
Oh, you're such a drama queen.
Now, I'm going to go to bed. If you aren't violent, if you don't look for me, then my helpers here won't do you any harm. But if you come looking for me in my little safe place, she kind of looks around at the two 15-story abandoned apartment buildings, then I will bring forth the Daikaiju.
I'm gonna laugh at her. Jeez, all this drama. Girl, what is your deal? I get the whole evil, spooky teenager or little girl thing, but seriously.
She kind of giggles. Maybe I'll just do it. Do you really want to see horror, Lily Dunning? You might want to step back if that's the case.
I'd rather you not. I'm literally asking you what your malfunction is, and you said you wanted to be a supervillain before.
You.
This is your... Oh, okay.
People like you are my malfunction. Hereditary power. You're the reason she died. Well, not you, but people like you.
I'll do the go on motion with my fingers.
She frowns at you. You know enough. That this child died at the same time as your, air quotes, fingers, grandparents. You know their death was planned by other founders. Because
Thank you for confirming that for me.
they were squabbling over money, of course. Greedy for something that they started this place without even a concept of. I'm waffling. You've got me waffling. I'm very tired. I want to sleep, Lily. I think I've had enough revenge on this island for now. But if you push me and don't let me sleep, then I will show you what real horrors lie beyond those thin barriers.
How about this? I'll make you a deal. I will get you off the island. And then you can go have a nap wherever the hell you want that's not here. You promise not to come back.
There's nowhere you can take me. It won't work like that.
Oh? Why not?
She holds her hand out. She takes a step forward and holds her hand out.
What's her hand?
Nothing. Take it. Show me then.
Okay. Grab her hand if she wants me to.
Is anyone doing anything over at the other side area? You might...
I mean, that was a complete fight worth of time just then.
It really was, kinda.
Go for it.
What was her name? Shining? No, wait. What was
The witch that you are.
Yes.
Your name is Drizzle. I don't think I told you
Sorry.
last week, but you do remember that your name is Drizzle.
Would Driscoll know what's going on with Nora, where she is at this point after she got challenged by Lily?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Or you mean to say for shizzle drizzle?
Oh.
Drizzle will kill you for that.
I'm sorry.
I break a stick to toss at James, not at Sigrid. I'm kidding.
You left the fourth wall charm that kills the player, not the character, at the witch hut, unfortunately.
Sad. No, I was just saying to head over there if my character would know about it. I'm not sure how far would she have gotten.
Oh, if you've just been walking over there, you could legit be walking up behind Lily right now and be like right here.
sorry.
Nura would have seen you approaching though.
I say you guys do your own thing over on that side for a bit.
Yeah,
They
I mean, he wants involved in your thing, though.
Okay.
that's the thing. Uh, I don't know how she would act. I think she would be acting towards Nura, so I got to keep the act and help you however I can help you guys.
I mean, honestly, I think it's Lily who's gonna need the most help with Nura anyway. So
No, I guess, and I'm gonna try and not support Crocodile and the rest. I'll just stay there with them then.
they they don't even glance. Oh, you stay here. You say.
Yeah, I will fail to support them as I will wait for them to do something and then pop a stick and see what it does.
They don't do anything essentially after they throw edge blood at that wall. They just turn and stare you all down.
Okay, then I pop a stick. Yup.
yeah, I think Sigurd will line up here.
Should we be entering turn order?
I'm not sure. Like, my
I-
intention was to approach and talk, but I think
I
turn
I-
order was
I-
going to start anyways.
I feel like before we start turn order, we're doing the classic like superhero lineup. So we I think we got a few seconds. So yeah, Sigurd will like walk forward and just give a signal to make the shield wall behind her.
Okay, in that case, Matis will grab a length of chain from the rubble here, assuming he can find one.
Yep, easily. Rusty. Spiked.
That's the distance he's holding it at.
Cool.
Could have sworn I had a back row for my initiative.
Oh, do you just make a bunch of macro bars on the bottom?
I have a bunch of macros on the bottom.
Same.
Apparently, I just neglected to make that one.
Gotten through this whole game and you're just now noticing?
Well, I mean, we don't roll initiative very often.
Do I roll mine or hers?
That's fair.
Roll yours.
Got it.
No, don't edit. Character sheet every time.
Oh.
I were using Nura's sheet as Mr. Giggles' sheet. I recall that now. That might be everyone. Except for the Vikings. 1 second. Generics.
Those poor dudes.
Everyone see the selves?
Yep.
I figure Luke will give him a bit of a boost too.
Maybe.
They've been traded more than normal humans.
They
Well,
have.
they're not likely to charge in front of us either.
So,
Yeah.
Sigrid, if you start in fighting, feel free to go ahead.
No, Sigurd's not starting fighting. She's like walking up there, and
Squaring up
seems
against a dude.
everybody else is too. And yeah, so she'll, step over here and quite obviously, yes, squaring up.
Okay. Well, as you're all squaring up, these guys essentially do the same, but are in no rush to start attacking you.
Violet isn't squaring so much as the opposite of squaring. She's looking to walk past them. I imagine they are interposing, though.
So circling.
Exactly, yes.
So if we're all just doing this, Mantis will say, "May we get past?"
I think Crocodile and the vampire will look at each other. They'll turn and look back at Drizzle.
Popping the smoke thing, and I'll do it right here.
What?
So they look back at their companion, and we see the companion pull out a charm and activate it.
Yeah. And
Everoth and...
Yeah?
Never mind, I'm confused.
as you crack the charm, you feel that you could move somewhere. You think this is a teleportation charm.
Oh, I guess that I moved there. Boop.
Pretty much anywhere you can see, you could move to.
So to clarify, Everoth is possessing their witch, but the rest of us don't know that.
Yes.
Correct. So they turned and looked back at you, and you did that.
So, I gotta be totally honest. Sigurd's, got metal music blaring in her helmet, and all she sees is that witch do something creepy suddenly. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there is one reaction that Sigurd does, and that's gonna be to pop this guy in the dome.
Sure. Let's go down to turn order then.
Sorry, guys.
Syntax error.
It was going to come to this pretty quickly anyways. Either we were going to start the fight, or they were going to start the fight when we tried to walk past them.
Or the witch could have said, "Let them pass."
I mean, yeah.
That's not Lucius's style. It's great. I love
Yeah.
it.
Don't think Nura's lackeys would let you pass. That would be incredibly suspicious, to be honest. And
Actually,
meta.
we're gonna make
Wait,
this
how
to the
would it be
final.
meta?
Well, I think so. You have to play Lucius Wood, and he would be acting as the ally until it's necessary. He doesn't
I
want him
love
to
it.
be turned around and be killed by Crocodile. It hurts.
Doesn't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
break character.
Size modifier on him is +2, so you do also have a +2 to hit.
Okay.
But that was for
So
the skull, you say?
No, I actually changed my mind. Vitals.
Vitals. Roll damage, please. You shot Ben. 21, huge piercing. Any armor divisor on that?
Not on that.
So it becomes 3 times to vitals. It does make a tiny hole in him, and he does yelp in pain. Oh, Ben, owie, Ben hurty.
That was a shit roll.
Not a good damage roll.
Not at all.
I got 4 1s on 8d6.
Ouch. So those potentially could hurt Ben, it seems. Fen growls, steps in, ready to assist Sigrid. Violet.
I guess not. She's going to advance forward and fully deploy her staff.
Do I need a fast draw roll? I mean,
She's just using her action to actually pull it out.
yeah, you had the
and do it.
setup
Yeah.
roll, turn. So, Crocodile turns at the gunshot, cracks his knuckles. Ben wasn't happy with that.
I'm sure he wasn't.
Let's go for a, like, hammer fist swing down on Sigrid's. Just Sigrid if I can. -2 for size, still possibly hitting you.
Sigrid does a backhand spring. That one that I want to. No. Backhand spring.
Rad. Matthias.
Let's see, what is my move? It is 6. He's kind of facing me.
Cronky.
Yeah, Matthias will just advance forwards. Half move and increased dodge.
Alright. I think over here that conversation probably did just come to an end as those guys sidled out slowly. And there's that gunshot. And Noor just sighs. Says, like I said. Lucius? Yeah, so you just...
Unconscious.
But, this is still when Witch goes.
Oh, damn. I guess I'll pop another one.
You have got
Second.
fast draw, so you can just pull one out and set it off in this turn. Otherwise, you have to pull it out and then set it off.
I'll try to pull it up and set it off in my position.
Alright. Oh, I forgot to make you roll for the last one as well, but oh well.
D20 or
3d6 first for the fast draw, and then 3d6 for the spell.
3d6, not d20. Okay. That would be a 8.
Okay, and then roll a d20 to see which spell it is that you just cast. Sorry.
I cast number 11.
Okay, so yeah, you pull out a twig, snap it, and it turns into a fireball that you're holding in your hand. Lily.
I'm gonna take her hand kindly if it's still being held out.
Yeah, it is. Your hand will pass right through it, though. She's like a ghost.
Sad.
You've not been this close to her before, but you can see that she is also slightly translucent.
I'm gonna start talking, but legitimately, it's gonna take a while.
Okay. Shield wall behind you is forming up. The Elder Vampire is just gonna step back. Everything still kind of looks normal there. So turn around at the same time and... Sorry, I'm just trying to decide what an Elder Vampire might try to do to Violet. But for now, he's just going
Vampire.
to step back.
Oh, Luke, also you have an NPC to control.
Oh yeah, NPC Lily. She rolls her eyes and is like, Sigrid! Way to go, Red. And... Woo! Whoop! GM check. Yeah, easy. Sigrid, you back up.
All right. Sigrid is gonna... All right, we're gonna start off big. So 5 HP, move and attack, run around attack. This is all out determined to the leg.
So it will be versus a 9 as well.
All out attack.
You can only move forward. You can't like run around.
I am spending the 5 HP.
But it's got to be straight forwards. You can't like turn corners and do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Half your move straight forwards
Oh, okay.
to avoid the cap at 9 penalty.
Okay. Well, then in that case, we don't have to spend the 5 HP. That's half move. And we're still gonna do... Actually, we don't have to do that. You threw me off my groove. I had it all.
Sorry.
It happens.
Try playing by the rules next time and it won't happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You
Deserve it.
told me the rule, and I said, "Oh, okay."
No, I'm just being a dick.
Okay, so that should have been -2, but we're good.
Run around attack, you say? Dodge it, Ben. Dodge it. He manages to dodge it, just barely. But
Oh,
then
that son of a bitch.
Ben's also gonna bite at his leg. Rawr, 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 rawr. Oh, that's probably a crit with a size.
That is a crit with the size. His skill is 15.
+2. But -3 for the leg. Or is it only -2?
-2.
+2, -2. It's still not a crit.
Nope, not a crit.
Not a crit. But
Oh, but he's got 2 extra points.
and that is a failed dodge from the big goo. So he is still bitten. Fenn's damage. I've not got his sheet open.
Oh.
Does not seem to get through Ben's leg skin. No armor divisor? No.
I don't think so.
Violet.
All right. Violet's going to take a step forward and go after the vampire guy. We're going to start with a feint and follow up with, let's say, does he seem to be wearing armor or anything like that?
No, he's wearing what looks like a very well-kept vintage suit. Vintage by a couple of 100 years, probably.
Let's find out if vampires have vitals.
You've got an advantage of 4. So
-4 to his defense.
-4 to his defense. And as that staff whips around and then comes back in at his vitals, he's gonna not manage to dodge and retreat. I think. Let me double check that.
Luke, you've gotten quiet.
How's this?
Better.
Much better.
Much better. Now I have to turn everyone down.
Much better? Warn me sooner when that happens, please. Sorry.
I think everybody assumed it was just them until somebody else talked. At least I did.
I'm checking his...
So, damage?
Yes, damage. You hit. 10 impaling. It's silver. No divisor.
Divisor 2.
Divisor 2. Sorry, one sec.
Did he do a dodge and retreat or something like that?
Yeah, he dodged and retreated, but it hit. I'm just trying to remember how much DR he's meant to have.
She will take a step to follow. Because she can do so.
10 impaling. No vitals. Okay.
She stabbed him right in the kidney.
Oh, where my kidney was several hundred years ago. Alright. It does make a pretty gnarly hole, and the silver does burn his flesh, similar to how you've seen other vampires react to silver. He is a silver one. Crocodile's turn. He did... yeah. Fuck it. Let's put it to good use. And let's make an all-out move and attack at Violet.
Let's open ourselves up to an all-out determined telegraphed from Matthias.
This wasn't going to be a nice formal line fight, anyways.
So he comes running in fast at your side and comes in with a big, heavy right hook right at your face regions.
I built a macro for parrying against unarmed strikes.
Of course you did.
We did it a lot a few games ago.
Successful parry, successful weapon skill, successful damage, 15 crushing.
Although if he's a super's brawler, he might have reinforcement on his arms or something, so they don't actually count. There's a few ways to do that, I think.
Yeah. Just simply being Crocodile will protect his hands from 15 crushing damage on a day-to-day basis, though.
Like, his arms probably count as strikers.
But yes, you
Are
parry
they
it.
registered to kill?
Wait, what did you succeed by on the parry? 6. Yeah, okay, you parry it.
Oh, more difficult than normal to parry, though?
More difficult than normal to parry, yeah. It definitely didn't feel like a success by 6.
She looks pleased.
Ben. He's getting bit by a dog currently, but this girl in front of him is nasty. Nasty girl. You know what, first off, he's just going to try and kick Fen off, take a step back, and shake his leg. Quick contest to strength. Success by 17.
Wow. Success by 2.
Fen gets kicked off. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Urgh.
Yeah, I
versus Fen.
should say so.
And Matthias.
What's the crocodile guy's size modifier?
+1.
Let's go for an all-out determined telegraph for +8. Swing at the neck for -5 for a net of +3.
You trying to tangle his neck. It could be
To
cheeky.
strike it.
Just to whip it.
Actually, yeah, let's entangle it. I just had that open. I think it's -4.
-4 sounds about right.
Yeah, roll against entangle to hit. Oh no, that's versus ST. He'd take it. No, I'll just swing it at him.
Quite.
Let's go all out strong instead. So that's +4 from telegraphed, -5 from neck, -1 total. Oh wait, no, +1 because size, right? So completely neutral. Wait. He was SM1, sorry, right?
Correct.
Yep, completely cancels out.
I love it when that happens.
It hits. He does not attempt to defend.
It's 3 dice, so add 3 to that.
Add 3 to that. 14 crushing damage. Does not seem to bother his neck much.
Whoa.
Nura is listening to Lily. Lucius is a witch. You're holding a fireball. You feel like you could throw it at someone pretty easily. You feel like you need to throw this fire at someone.
How big is the range of this fireball?
You feel like you could tell it who you wanted it to try and hit, and let it go, and it could reach probably anywhere on the island.
I mean range. Like, how big of an area of effect will the explosion be?
Oh, it'll only affect one person. It will hit them, and it will definitely set them on fire.
Would I be able to take a step back and toss it to Crocodile?
Yeah, that'd be super easy.
I'll do that.
So you just step back, wish that the fire would kill the crocodile, and throw it at him?
Yes.
All right.
3d6 or something?
No, it's homing, and it goes straight for crocodile and sets him on fire. It hits his back, bursts into flame, and crocodile sets on fire.
All right, that's my turn. Oh, could I fast draw another stick?
Yes.
Or is that a full action? Okay.
You can attempt to. You should do it before you make an attack, really, because if
Oh,
you fail,
sorry.
then it'll take a whole round.
Oh, so I'll wait for next round to fast draw another stick then.
Very well. Lilies.
I mean, I'm gonna continue to talk. I don't
Continue
know what
to
the other one's doing.
Talk. Other one is making another warp check and succeeding. Shield
Like
wall.
legitimately, I'm gonna try to have a calm, even conversation with her.
Okay, fair enough. Well, there's a huge fight going on.
Yeah. So really, for all intents and purposes, I'm probably gonna be out of it for the entire combat. So
Got ya.
At least the first burst of combat.
You missed, idiot, says the elder vampire, kinda, in Drizzle's direction. As he steps in, and let's make... You know what, I love this one. 2 rapid strikes, as in all-out attack... No, not all-out attack double, what am I on about? He's got
All-out
extra
double?
attack. Both of them are
Ah.
rapid strikes. And all 4 potentially hit Violet. He is just slashing at your torso with his clawed hands.
Okay, damn. So the first 2 are at full, but no, not the first 2. Sorry. I don't have the built-in minus penalties for successive parries.
Gotcha. Oh, I think...
So that last one will not succeed.
Oh. What's the penalty on the second to last one?
-2.
Okay, that still succeeds. But only just. These were slightly deceptive as well. But still, only that last one manages to get you. Ouch.
What are those extra attacks with?
Oh,
one hand and then the other hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume his hands are strikers also?
Yeah. Natural weapons, baby. All the way. Every time.
Absolutely.
I don't even think about it anymore. I honestly don't delve that deep into characters. But if these guys were made properly, most likely natural weapons every time, yeah.
Totally. Alright, well, he connects.
He connects. That's what I was doing. Checking his damage. This is Armor Divisor 2. Add 2 to that. 12 damage. Armor Divisor 2 to the torso.
Alright. It's crushing. Cool.
Oh, it's meant to be cutting. Sorry.
Alright.
Sorry, I just rolled thrust. I avoid the tabs problem by not using the combat tab at all.
I've got it just about down, so I only use the offense section. Almost.
The armor section is not very usable, I don't think.
Nah.
Wall of words. But Sigrid, it's your turn. I'm sure Violet can figure out how much pain she took, if any.
Yep. She took a little damage.
All right. Well, we're gonna pretty much do the same thing. We're gonna charge forward, all out attack to the leg. And it actually dawns on me that there's no penalty because of his size.
Is leg penalty -2.
-2, correct.
Radio. Potentially hitting. It is hitting 24 cutting. Armor divisor 10. Okay, that changes things. It is one shy of being enough to cripple his leg.
Oh, damn!
But it's still a mega chop. Wow.
I'm now at 4 HP because I've done that super swing twice in a row.
Trying to do
Well done.
maths here in secret, and it's not working for me. Okay, that's where it'll be. But yeah, very deep cut, and he yells in pain. Fenn's gonna go in and try and bite the other leg.
Can he get into the
Succeeding.
cut?
No cut attack. That'd have been a miss on attacking for the bone.
Push you from behind to make you swing a little bit stronger.
No need to check damage because I don't think he can actually get through this guy's DR.
I highly doubt it. Like,
But
I'll roll it, but it is still only like 3d6 plus 2, no armor divisor. But
I already rolled the bite and he succeeded on that. So yeah, don't get through, but he is grappling a leg again. Violet.
She's going to attempt to finish her combination she started last turn, because that fate is still in effect.
Radical.
She swings for the guy's skull.
Oh shit, that hits.
Let's do some damage. Let's do some crappy damage, but it still is the skull.
Oh, wait, shit, it's saying armor divisor 10 there.
That's with the monowire thing attached.
Is it armor divisor 10 right now?
I don't think you can have that and silver at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking before radio.
yeah, we had agreed that silver couldn't do that. Silver's a soft material.
What's more, can you just put the wire at the blade point and then have the rest of it?
Ooh. Didn't think of that.
But it is not armor divisor 10.
No. That is a mighty blow. He is thankful for supernatural durability. Oh, wait, he's undead. Haha. Slightly less mighty. I need to get to these templates to remind myself exactly what I've got.
I genuinely don't know how undead interact with strikes to the brain. probably will.
Eh, eh. What page is that on? Mein Gut. Sorry, everyone. Bit of a slow one for me.
No worries.
Should have prepared for this better. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. Okay. So, that first attack you did would have actually done slightly less damage.
Right, because it was impaling.
Uh-huh. So, it would have been at that. But now, 5 has got through to the brain. Oh no, in fact, so it would have only been at that. But yeah, this is a mighty blow, still. Don't make much difference for this particular hit, the first one.
First blow is less mighty, this one is equally mighty.
Mm-hmm. But to his head, you ruin his pretty face, for sure. The silver burns against his skin as you pull it out. Crocodile is on fire, and he just got whipped in the back of the neck. He turns to Drizzle and says, "Idiot!" and then just looks at you, Matthias, and puts his fists up. He does not make any effort to put the fire out that is spreading on his side. Ben is not going to attempt to break this grapple that Fenn's got on him this time. He's just going to make an all-out attack. Double, one at each of you, with each hand. First at Fen. Fen's got a size modifier of 1, right?
Fen is 0.
Okay, so...
Which is still a big fucking dog.
Mm-hmm. Potentially hitting Fen. Fen definitely dodges and retreats and lets go of his bite because he does not want to get bonked by this guy.
Yeah.
And with his right hand, the good hand, potentially hitting you, Sigrid.
Oh, it hits Sigrid. She just all out attacked.
Oh, show you. Cool. So this is just a close thrust, not that special.
To the
Uh,
torso.
yeah, just torso.
Baller.
So add 3 to this. 11. Probably doesn't do out, does it? You're wearing that clamshell.
Yeah, it doesn't even get through the armor.
Stupid Ben.
I expected Ben to be scarier.
Ben should have been scarier. Matthias.
You could make him scarier.
Yeah,
Is there any part of the crocodile guy that doesn't look really,
Eyeballs.
really...
Eyeballs.
Oh, yay. Eyeballs are not particularly helpful. Let's just go ahead and swing at him wildly. This should be against the 16, oh well. And then take a step.
You hit. Kind of pings off him like you're flicking at a wall. Nora listens. Lucius.
I would like to fast draw another stick.
3d6 to attempt to fast draw.
An 8.
Fast draw successful. You have a stick.
What else do you need to do that thing?
1d20 to determine the stick, and then 3d6 to cast the spell.
Alright, there is the 1d20 and 3d6. Oh, that's an 18 for the d20 and a 5 for casting the spell.
Holy shit. It's kind of like the fireball spell, but it's more like a glowing ball of purpley green plasma. morph in
I
between
say-
these.
Oh, can I toss it or just hold it?
You can throw it on this turn as well, yeah.
I'll say oops and toss it a crocodile.
Okay, so yeah, you can add 3 to that again. Crocodile takes a blast of magical energy, and it like bruises his skin, burns it immediately, and he yelps in pain as he turns and goes like, "Ah, the fuck!"
I guess that's when she says whoops.
Once again, Lily is still listening.
I assume other one's still doing stuff.
Correct. Bonk. Good enough. The vampire just took a nasty hit. He don't give a shit. Just deciding what to do. Go for a grapple. Potentially hitting you, Violet. He's going in with your hands to grab at your torso.
Let's try for a parry. Let's do a parrying retreat, actually. Does anybody remember off the top of their head what the bonus is for retreat?
+2 with a staff.
Thank you. Ooh.
Success by 2 on the nose goes to you. Very nice. That were a bad roll. Sigrid?
They're just gonna stand right here and take another swing at that leg. Like, it's kind of just chopping down a tree at this point.
Hit potentially in the same place. He manages to dodge and retreat this time, though, just barely.
Glad I didn't spend any HP on that one.
Fen steps to the side, does not go for... No, you know what he does, because it's keeping him kind of pinned down. So Fen, super successfully bites him in the leg, goes to the crit table and rolls a 13. Who's PMing me?
Everyone.
Sorry, I got slightly distracted there. 13 on the crit table. It's if damage penetrates DR, which it's not gonna do. Violet.
Alright, Violet is going to try a... I used the word sweep, but it's a couple of rapid strikes to the legs. One on each of Croc and the vampire. Ignore the smash. It's a slash.
Hits both. Terrible dodge from vampire.
Cool.
First Croc, second
Yeah, I imagined left to right.
Roidio. Both at legs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Does not do anything to Croc. Dents your silver blade ever so slightly, maybe.
Yeah.
It hurts his suit. You're ruining his Armani suit that he's wearing.
Not enough to trip, though. Fair enough.
Specially made Armani suit out of about 10 other Armani suits. And no, yeah, not enough to trip either.
Fair.
Vampire 19 cut-in is a bit scary to him. It's not enough to cut a leg off, I don't think. Oh, it is enough to cripple his leg this time. Oh, wait, no, it's not. He's immune to crippling injuries. We'll take him down a bit more HP, though.
Does he appear to be regenerating in real time? Like, I don't care if it's minutes. Mostly I care if it's seconds.
It's not at the second scale that you can tell at the moment.
Cool.
Crocodile. Oh, that's me. He's gonna just take a step back, turn like this. It's almost like he didn't even notice you, Violet, and spend this turn taking off his jacket that's on fire, whilst he rubs his face where the magic missile hit him. Burn. Tenses up. Raises both hands over his head, like volleyball clasped together, and takes a hop back, nearly steps into you, puts his foot down, like on your entire leg, Matthias, almost.
Hey.
And almost faster than you can see, right down onto your head, Sigrid. That is potentially a hit. He is definitely going all out for this.
Sigrid did not go all out last time. And thus... Oh, but this might actually hit still because, yeah.
Ooh, ouch. Oh, this is going to be painful. So this is skull. Number of dice. Modifier. 56 damage, skull.
Alright, so it's just 36 that gets through.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. But, yeah. Okay, so 36 times 4.
More than I can count. Higher than I've ever counted before. Let's ask roll 20 for help. 144.
144, alright. So... I am at negative 138.
How many multiples is that?
So that is 6 multiples.
Give me HT minus 6.
So this comes out to a total of that.
Sigrid is conscious.
Dong!
But I will need
Honestly,
another...
I would be absolutely happy with the idea that like that and her helmet just comes cracking off of her dome.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do also actually need one at a minus 10 because it's a major wound to the skull. I'll not take
Okay.
that one just because I didn't call it before and because there's still a chance you could succeed.
Okay, so minus 10. Okay, so this is a total of a minus...
Koi. Sigrid
So,
is knocked down and stunned. Matthias.
Let's take a step back and take a swing at this big boy's neck. +3 for size, -5 for neck is -2. Let's telegraph it for +4, so +2. And what do I spend my extra skill on? I don't have any need to go deceptive.
Oh, high pain threshold.
Don't think I'd spend it on that.
Hey.
Rapid strike.
Do I hit? Oh, right, yeah, oh well.
You do hit, and yeah, you should have rapid striked. 13 crushing. Urgh. He feels it. You see back of his neck twitch, but you're not sure if you did any real damage. Nura listens. Lucius.
Fast draw another stick.
3d6.
13.
You pull
Is that
out
enough?
a stick this turn.
Okay, that's it.
Lily is talking. Other Lily, like, ascends 10 meters. Normal humans, keeping the shield wall up. About a very quick break while I refresh some liquid.
Sounds great.
Alright, we'll be right back as quick as we can, which is Luke speed, so if it's here in an hour or two. Bark, bark, we're back. We're in the middle of a big fight. Elder Vampire kind of just glances at Drizzle, like, huh? But then takes 2 steps back and breathes out. And Violet, you do see that it looks like some of the wounds on his head are healing a little bit.
Oh, that's not cool.
Sigurd.
All right, first things first. Now we're only at 136 negative. But Sigrid takes a step in, and this is gonna be all out, determined. There we go. Melee. All out, determined to the groin.
Ooh, cool.
And he just all outed.
He did. So you hit. $29 cutting, armor divisor 10. You chop his dick off. Ben will not be happy. Remembering statistics. Sorry for the silence.
No worries.
Okay. And I believe it's still just 1.5 times to the groin, so that is... Yep, there we go. And let's throw one of these out there. And he's fine. Big boy's fine. He doesn't look fine. Fen is gonna jump slightly and bite at the crotch as well. Yeah, guy's got his crotch bit. He went all out while we were trying to dodge Violet.
All right, so Violet wants to take a step towards Croc. The goal is to get him with handcuffs because they're power dampeners. With the idea that maybe his permeable skin will be more permeable without his powers active. So step 1 is quick draw.
Handcuffs drawn.
Step 2 is a grapple, which is unfortunate because he's on fire.
Only partially. It's his jacket that's on fire, and that's half off at the minute.
Cool.
Grappled.
All right, because, yeah, behind him. And, well, that sucks.
Yeah. Oh.
Have you got luck? Do you plan on using it?
I mean, I'm not going to use it for this.
Fair enough. So you got him grabbed, but the handcuffs do not get it.
It happens.
Roll another 3d6. Wait, was that a crit miss?
Yeah.
That was a critical failure on an unopposed skill test. Also, step 1 was letting go of the staff with her right arm.
Yep, radio. It weren't a melee attack, really, so that's fine. And it wouldn't do anything anyway. Crocodile just drops his burning jacket and turns his head and body slightly to see what's grabbed him.
I suppose I should do control points.
Let's not bother with technical grappling.
Okay, thank you.
If Colin were here with his spreadsheet that he knows how to use, then maybe I'd say something different.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna try and punch you in the face to make you let go, potentially hitting.
All right. She will attempt a judo parry. Potentially succeeding.
Succeeding. You grab his other hand. Ben. He's hurty. Ben. No care. Ben grabs Sigrid with both hands. Picks her up. Well, not quite picked her up yet. Matthias.
Let's go all out strong telegraphed rapid strike to the neck. Once I find that sheet, yeah. +3 for that. Telegraphed +7. Rapid strike -6. +1, so -4.
2 attacks, -4. Both miss. Shake, you chain whip menacingly behind him. Lucius.
I want to use the stick that I grabbed last turn.
Alright. Did you roll a d20 already?
No.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
And then 3d6.
This is number 4.
Alright.
And I rolled a 9.
It's another teleport. You feel you could move anywhere you can see.
I would like to move here.
You should have control over that character, I think. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, I do.
Super easy. No problem. You can change your face in slightly as well. There you go. Lovely.
There we go. I am done.
Lily is Torkin. Other Lily steps back into the building, but like at the top floor. Normal humans keep the shield wall up behind Sigrid. They do not really want to tangle with this guy, but if he falls, they plan on pouncing, I think.
Nice.
Elder Vampire took a step back and healed some. He is going to just stay where he is for now and continue, hopefully. Yes. Looks like he heals some more. Bork, bork, bork. I cannot do maths. There we go. Sigurd.
Okay, so he's holding Sigurd around the waist.
Yeah, he's got you with both hands kind of around the torso. Yeah, so your arms are still free.
Okay, so like point blank, I just put 2 in his chest.
2 to the chest.
Well, torso.
1 potentially hits. Point blank. He's a big guy. Still 1 potentially hitting. And that will be... Roll 1d6, please.
Ooh, is that the one?
No, it's the other end that you need.
Oh, damn it.
Still huge piercing though. That going hurt Ben a little bit. Oh no, wait, no armor divisor. Oh no, wait.
Yeah, no.
Still a little bit getting through though.
Still a little bit. We'll take it.
There we go. Fen is still biting and grappling. Yeah, he's just gonna hold that grapple on the groin. Violet.
Yeah, we're gonna try that again. This time without a rapid strike. Handcuffs.
And this is resisted with his best.
Dex or grappling skill.
Yeah. You succeed.
All right. She will slap the power dampening cuff upon his arm.
It hums slightly. And he looks pretty pissed. Takes a jump back. Oh, he's grappled, isn't he? So he has to break free first.
She'll relent if he tries.
So yeah, he pretty much tries to break out your grapple, experiences no resistance,
Yep.
and does so and takes a step back. Ben. Let's throw Sigrid. Okay, if I spend an FP, I'm using the combat tab. How much do you weigh, Sigrid?
A grand total of... What did I put down?
If you've got your inventory marked and your weight in your bio/miss, then it shows you're in general, I think. No, it shows you're in inventory. Your grand total weight, if you've got it in your bio.
Total weight. Alright, so total inventory weight is 44 pounds. Grand total weight is 140. So, like, 96 pounds.
96 pounds.
You're carrying like half your body weight and stuff.
He is built
That's
of
awesome.
pure sinewy muscle.
And if I make it super, then I've got like this much strength. Oh yeah, no problem. I'm gonna aim for a hex. I'm probably gonna miss. Yeah, it's a miss with a range penalty. It essentially throws you up and against this wall, Sigrid. Like it would trying to land you on one of the balconies high up. Is what it seems
Okay.
like.
But she dings a bar and doesn't quite make it.
Scatter 4. And he failed by like 7. Oh, it's perfectly down, just about. So yeah, you just... In fact, he throws you in a window. Why not? On like 15th floor. Probably just take nominal damage, like 1 point of damage from area.
You've been
Okay.
fenestrated.
So yeah, you get thrown up and through a window 30 meters up.
Okay.
There you go. Lovely.
Sigrid just done got yeeted.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah.
Lucius.
What?
I think you skipped someone.
Oh, did I? Sorry. Yeah, I did. Matthias. It's Matthias. I've been just skipping
never
like
mind then.
wild.
Might as well try the same thing again, because why not?
Both of these ones hit. That'll be some blunt trauma. Unavoidable when you're flexible. Did I close Ben's sheet? What an absolute weapon. Come on, Ben's sheet.
Previously they were all out strong because none was anywhere near me to threaten me as well, I believe.
So is that a bonus to both of
12 and 15.
them? 12 and 15. Yep, that's an extra one. It's an extra 2. Cool. Then Nura carries on listening. Then it's Lucius. And you succeeded that fast draw roll, so you can roll me a d20 and another 3d6.
15 this time, and sorry, that's a d20. This is a 3d6.
It is another fireball.
Uh,
So it glows in your hand, and you'll be able to use it on your next turn.
okay. Can I take a step back?
Yep, you can absolutely take a step back.
That's my turn.
So half the shield wall kind of just turns back and looks up at the broken window. Mostly, they just keep formation. Elder Vampire. Gonna move an attack at Violet. He moves like almost faster than you can see. Whoosh, whoosh. Left claw, right claw.
She will do a retreating judo parry.
Yeah.
Oh, no, those are claws. Retreating dodge.
Classic. Both successes. Sorry, miles away. Sigrid. Yeah, so
Stand up.
yeah. There you go.
Oh, could I have made a acrobatics?
You know what? You absolutely could have to have landed kneeling. I'll give it to you. Success by 3. Yeah, you're on your knees, so it still takes a turn to get to standing.
Okay.
But you can take a
Well,
step
I'll
as well.
take a step forward,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll take my HP now. Hello, HP.
Violet.
Violet will ready her staff again. It's weird that it takes a full action, but it does.
Crocodile stays where he is, but points an hand at Drizzle and says, "The fuck you doing?" Ben is gonna turn. He's got a dog biting onto his groin while he does so. Fenn's doing that head shake, but because his head's locked in position, his whole body wobbles left and right. Like when you pick the dog up by the rope it's chewing on. And let's make a straight up, normally grabby at Matthias, potentially succeeding.
Wait, whoa.
Grab. He won't you. He won't pick you up with his big hands. He just threw Sigrid. He turned his eyes on you.
Possibly succeeding, yeah, then. I went all out because he was facing the other way.
I think it could if it was set up that way, Violet. Yo, you say you went all out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. So, yeah, I'll spin around, spot you, and grab you. And it's your turn. You've been grabbed.
Oh, fuck off, Lenny.
Yeah, you look real cute. He wants to stroke you. You're fuzzy. You got a fuzzy little face. Don't muss it.
What are my penalties to DX and stuff?
-4.
As well as just skills, correct?
Yeah. Don't affect dodge, though. Don't include it for dodge purposes.
Is there anything really stopping me from going all out here?
No.
Okay, let's go all out. Wait. I shouldn't keep closing martial arts.
I almost want to have 2 copies of it on my drive just so I can have different pages open.
I just need a brain implant that can control F in less than a second.
Yeah.
Does entangle? Yeah, entangle would require an additional penalty for targeting a body part. Let's go all out, determined, telegraphed, entangle at the neck.
Okay.
-5 for. Oh wait, no. Scratch telegraphed. I forgot he's really big.
Pretty big.
So -5 for neck, -2 for, well, +3 from that for size, -4 for entangle, +4, so -2 net for determined.
Yeah. If you have
Yeah.
overkill.
Oof. What were you saying, Lee?
I misunderstood something, so
All right.
irrelevant.
Lucius?
I say following orders. Sorry, following orders, and then I toss another fireball at Crocodile to piss him off. That's my turn.
All right. Yeah, you toss another fireball. It is that far. It potentially hits. He dodges it like a badass. Freaking Neo. It carries on, narrowly misses you, Matthias, as it starts arcing around and going up high.
Should I move my token?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'll put you just a bit closer to him. He's got long arms. Yep. Swing. Yeah. First roll is terrible. So this is at you, Violet, sorry. Vampire comes in and makes 2 more fast attacks.
Right. Well, now she has a staff readied.
Aha, that first one was a feint, but you succeeded by a lot, so
Ah.
he did not actually feint, and then another attack comes out of nowhere. 1 more defense, please. It was actually a feint and a rapid strike. But
Well,
you succeed.
In that case, that one's at a -1, not the second one.
Swing, swing, swing.
That's a lot of consistency, also.
Yeah, it really is. Sigurd.
Sigrid takes 2 steps forward. She gives a. I'm not gonna do it to you guys. She gives a whistle and it says Fen. So yeah, just Fen, and then jumps out the window.
Is he meant to, like, catch you or some shit?
No, I just want to get him out of there.
Alright, yeah, he will turn after dropping from that guy's groin. And, yeah, like, hop up, oh dear, off someone's shield and jump over those guys in your direction. And Sigrid tries to look cool as she does this, but yeah, you just fall like 20 yards or whatever it is.
You can clearly see like a place where her leg is bent in a way it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Kind of botches the landing.
What's your HP? 20.
20. Ow.
It says crocodile, but obviously it's not. And that'd probably be to a leg, so it'd cap.
Okay.
Crunch.
So
Yeah, left
14
leg.
or 17 to the left leg.
17 to the
Okay.
left leg. Caps at 10. Left leg, bone, visible. Fen nibbles at it. Violet.
Violet's gonna try to tear into the vampire bit. Couple of regular attacks.
Stabby, stab, stab.
Slashy slash, but yeah.
Couple of regular dodge and retreats. Whoa. Crocodile. You alright over there?
I just discovered that Sigrid and all of her gear is a medium load for Fen.
Oh god. Crocodile's trying to, like, just run and punch you in the face, but he misses. That's at Drizzle, who is Lucius possessed. Ben is holding Matthias, and he lifts you up close and looks at you. Just inspect him. It's your turn. He's not doing anything with you at the minute. But you are raised up several feet off the ground.
Let's just do the exact same thing again. If you hit, blah, 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 if you entangle the neck, use the same rules, but your opponent has -5 in the contest. Roll a quick contest of ST each turn. On subsequent turns, you must take a ready maneuver to keep your opponent snared.
Quick contest to strength, we aim at -5.
Not sure if this turn, I mean, that makes sense, I guess. No, on subsequent turns.
Mm-hmm. So you whip that Kusari and it wraps around his neck. Huh.
Yeah.
Cool. Lucius?
Fast draw, definitely. Not sure if I could take a step before that, or that would be too much.
No, you could take a step and then fast draw attempt.
Attempting, and is that a success?
That is a success. Also, that fireball that you sent on the last round has arced around and comes in and smashes Crocodile in the back.
I was not expecting that.
and he screams in pain as it hits him. And you see big burn appear on his back, Violet.
I already rolled an 8. Not sure if that's already used.
You've rolled an 8 already.
Want me to roll again?
Have you rolled a 7 or a 9?
No.
Radio. It's another fireball.
I just prepare it and smirk. Don't think I can toss it on this run, right?
Correct. But roll me
That's my turn.
3d6 to make sure it works properly.
I am rolling an 8.
Yep, you indeed have a fireball in your hand. Other Lily is popping around inside this building. You're not sure what she's doing. Everybody else who's got access to her visions and paying attention. Oh, I missed a fucking trick there. She should have caught Sigrid. She'd been making her way up. She's a second too late. She gets here and she says, "Shit!" Normal humans make an attack wave at this guy. How many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
10.
5 make an attack. Oh, that's really rubbish. They don't do anything. They rub against him with shields and poke at him with swords and axes. Elder Vampire. Let's go for that grapple again. But he does it super quick. And he ducks in and spins as he goes to do it. Potentially grabbing you.
All right. She'll attempt to parry. Doesn't seem like she has anywhere to retreat to, though, so just regular.
Success by 8.
Twice or just once?
Just once. An easy parry.
All right. Cool.
Alright. Sigrid.
Yeah, so Sigurd grabs Fen by the nape and climbs up.
Fen turns around and runs over here. No, in fact, he'd just run this way. So Sigrid is getting dragged by Fen right now. Kind of. Violet.
No, I see her having hooked a leg over and is now kind of riding him like a horse.
That's
Ish.
ridiculous. Ish.
Awkwardly. It is very awkward. It's the she's on across his back, but yes.
So Violet's going to feint a punch, take a step, and then take a slash.
Awesome. Oof. You've got an advantage of 5 on that slash. And it hits.
Cool.
Oh, wow, that's a good one. This is just torso.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's just torso. Actually, if he's stepping that way, she'll step after him.
Ouch. Yeah, you undid them 2 turns of hard work that he put in.
Well, good, because it's been a couple turns.
Ruin his suit for sure. Make a big cut in his chest that some maggots fall out of. Why not? Crocodile is going to No, you know what? Actually, he's gonna put his hand on his cuff and attempt to rip it off. But he does not manage it because the cuff is too tough. And he is still on fire, and he burns a bit. Where's your sheet, Croc? Oh, I've not been taking any of his HP down.
Lee feels a little bad about that. That's a crappy way to take somebody out. With the fire they were so callously ignoring.
He sounds like he's in a lot of pain, but he still looks just a bit scarier, really, when he's on fire. You've added a weapon to him. He is on fire now. Ben is gonna just drop Matthias and make a swing at these guys. Matthias, you can stay held on if you want, seeing as you're entangling his neck.
Yep. I will stay.
Alright, and these guys block it, but, you know, get pushed back. It's loud. A few of them yell out, like, "Arr!" Matthias.
Let's go ahead with that quick contest. Why not? So, ST, but he's at -5.
Ben, I've closed your sheet again. Oh dear. Neck muscles straining. Urgh. Lucius.
I let go of the weapon.
Alright.
Good call.
Toss fireball at Crocodile, the new one.
Alright. Potentially hits. He does not manage to dodge this one. It hurts him some. And he takes more damage from the other fire. That is painful. Very painful.
That's my turn.
Lily is talking. Other Lily pops out this window and looks down. Sees that she was like a second too late to get to Sigrid. And then she will disappear. Normal humans make more attacks at this guy. It is very distracting for him. In fact... Yeah, no, he stumbles and staggers slightly, but does not fall. Elder Vampire. He just got stabbed. That is rude. He really wants to drink your blood, but he needs to take you down first.
I mean, honestly, if it comes to the infection, she might be game at some other time, but
Four swings. He just screams.
damn.
Or potentially hitting.
I think we'll do a parry and retreat on this one. The retreat's not built into the macro.
Koi. +2 to each of these. Ugh, -1 to the third and -2 to the last one.
No, it's -1 to the second, -2 to the third, because, yeah, it's just a successive defense issue.
Yeah, no problem. You block them all. Fucking badass Violet. Sigrid,
All right. So it's like Fen takes Sigurd. I'm assuming Fen is gonna take Sigurd around this guy.
Yeah, Fen's kind of aiming to go like this, it looks like.
Okay. So Sigurd holding the shotgun in her left hand by the choke. As we go past, she's gonna fast draw the silver sword and ooh, she's gonna try this.
Have
This
you got-
might not work.
Have you got Riding Wolf?
I've got riding equine, so I was gonna argue that, default at a 2,
Default at
-2.
2. Give me that at -3, I think.
Okay.
Still better than DX at a -5, probably.
Alright, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and use an action point, methinks.
You can
Is
get
that
that. Use
just
an action point for a +2 to this.
Nope. I'll use another action point. I'll use 2 action points.
You can only use 1 action point on skill rolls, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check it though.
Oh, really?
Let me double check what I wrote. Action point usage. Oh, +1 to any other roll made in combat per action point.
Oh, so that would cost me
3 to succeed?
3 to succeed. Yeah. No. We're gonna hold on to those. So, what, Sigurd falls off?
No, I think within that rating, you just, you're going to be at a penalty to, let's say you're at that margin for now, as a penalty to do anything.
Okay. Alright, and then we're gonna try to fast draw that sword. Which actually fails. Because I forgot to put a minus sign in there. So now she's got a silver sword in her hand.
Cool.
And we're here.
Violet.
Time to exploit that feint. She's going to do an all-out attack for 2 attacks and take a swing at the skull twice.
It's at -5 to these, right?
I believe so, yeah.
You can't retreat.
Thanks, Fen.
Both hit.
Damn, much better than last time I hit the head.
Yeah, that's a lot. What's the other one? The other one is... Nope, I can't do that in my head because I'm real dumb. Yep, that's how dumb I is. Wow, really? Yeah, I am so dumb. Sorry, miles away here. That's a lot of damage. It's like over 100 damage.
Well, vampires are hard to drop sometimes.
I mean, I'd hope that Elder Vampire is not an easy fight.
He's like, yeah, 9 points over. You are dead. Swing, swing. You chop 2 neat lumps off his head.
Good, because that was all out.
Skull hemispheres. And he die, it seems.
Just like Blade.
Just like Blade. Crocodile focused on Drizzle. He doesn't know what she's doing. Oh no, he's focused on his stupid cuffs. Strength check. Oh, that's a bad roll. The cuffs
For
do
what
not
it's
give
worth,
up.
For what it's worth, Violet has assumed that Drizzle has figured out that he's been turned. She's wrong about a few things in that logic, but
What does Lenny do?
He's gonna try and pick up a person. Oh, and he succeeds with a crit. Yeah, he picks one of these people up. Your turn, Carl.
Matthias will hopefully grab a throwing axe from the floor.
Yeah.
A bunch of Vikings came in, so yeah,
Yeah.
already a throwing axe. As an axe / mace.
Oh, right. Yeah, that were it. You grabbed it. Lucius.
I don't have a fireball in the hand, right?
No. You've
I would like to fast draw then.
fast draw charm.
9.
Success.
I
1d20.
rolled a 3, and I already rolled a 4 out of 3.
It's another teleport. Roll 3d6. I should have made you roll 3d6 before I told you if it were another teleport, though.
Oh, okay. 1 second. That does not teleport me on the same round, right?
I know it will.
Oh, okay. Then I would like to get away from Crocodile.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anywhere that you can see.
I'll be right here, behind the old reliable Matthias.
He might notice you and try and punch you in face.
I am fine with that. It's all in character.
It's just disappearing somewhere, reappearing somewhere else, right?
Yeah. Other Lily flies out her window up here, holding a safe. Good old cast iron safe. Normal humans swarm, stabbing to try and rescue the comrade. Doing absolutely terrible again. Elder Vampire is dead. Sigrid.
Okay, so we're still charging this way?
Yep. I'll take another riding.
Yeah, I
Ah!
was just pulling that up.
charging, uncontrolled, gallop.
DX from Fen. On the nose, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Alright, so at a -3 for everything.
Yep. Well, everything except, like, thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking-based stuff. Brain-based thoughts.
We'll swing at one of those arms that's holding one of those people. And miss.
Alrighty. Violet.
Violet's going to say, "Behind you," pointing that direction. And then she'll turn to face Croc in case he's still violent.
Oh, I forgot to roll the damage against Croc on that last turn. Only a little bit more. Its sheet is here. 1, 2. It really stacks up, though. He is putting himself out. Ben
That's a good sign.
is just gonna throw this person idly in that direction. They fall bad. You hear like a crunch and they scream like, ah!
As long as they're still alive.
And Ben takes a step and turns. He's like, Matthias,
Ooh, took quite a large step, and apparently there's something behind him.
Dead vampire.
Swing. Any penalties for having just turned around? Don't
No.
believe the crocodile had one. Okay, then let's just swing, because holy fuck. No, let's go for, let's just. Where is that? Rabbit strikes, swing. Nah. Regular old swing, random.
Matthias tries to chop you. Lucius.
I don't resist. I don't dodge.
Five cutting to
That was
the
almost minimum damage.
torso. No armor divisor. It kind of hits a force field. A magical boom.
Does everyone have higher DR than Matthias can deal?
Well, if you'd have dealt one more, then you'd have cut her. In this case. I'm also pretty sure you're carrying like an anti-tank rifle on your back. Or at least nearby. Lucius.
Definitely have put that down a while beforehand.
I want to fast draw another one while I say, hurry, I got... And Laboop. 7.
Success. D20.
Oh, sorry, that's a 3d6.
The magical work.
11, but I think I already rolled it.
It's another magic missile.
Okay, I'll charge it up and aim at Crocodile.
Oh my god.
That's my turn.
Yeah, it flies out and blasts him. Oh, lame damage though.
Okay.
Lily is floated over with the safe. And lining up something. Wings. Shield wall just keep in formation. Oh, everyone lose an FP, please. Except for Lily. Present Lily, not future Lily. Future Lily should lose an FP.
She should.
But present Lily will not eventually lose an FP.
And then Sigrid.
Alright, so Sigrid is going to roll off of Fen right here. And we'll give you something like that.
Success at more than -3. I'll let you stand straight up.
Okay. And then, she's just gonna drop the sword and change grips on the shotgun axe and take a swing at his torso.
Do you need a check to change or a ready maneuver to change grip?
No, because of the perk. She can change the grips on this weapon.
Grip
Just
change
this
mastery.
weapon. Yes.
A
It's a
slow
good
action
one.
should also be fine.
That hits. What were the location?
Oh, torso.
Armor device 10. becomes 5. Blocks that much, so... And it's cutting, so... Radio. Painful. You make a deep cut in Ben. He yelps in pain. Ben just kind of readies himself. Violet.
She's focusing in on Croc. She's trying to get his attention and saying, "Are you free?"
He finishes putting the fire out on himself. He's like stripped down to pretty much just burnt up trousers now. He just raises an eyebrow at you and looks really confused. Ben's gonna... Oh.
Out of character. Oh no, he has muscles!
Ben is gonna go for another one of them Uber smashes on Sigrid. Potentially just hitting.
I'm gonna make this frantic, methinks. So... Oh!
You make it.
Good call.
And as his fists come down just in front of you and like crack the floor hard, he starts tipping and slumps forward. Oof. Oof. Like just snores real loud.
Oh, did he just tucker himself out?
Matthias?
Matthias will take a step, look at the woman, and say, "What?"
And Lucius?
I'm gonna say, sorry, what was the spell that I draw last time?
It was magic missile,
Magic missile.
and you sent it
Okay.
at Croc.
I'll toss it at
darkness.
Croc and say seconds left for Matthias to figure that out.
Can you say the first part of the sentence as well so that we get it
I
all
only
out?
got a few seconds left.
You already threw it at Croc.
Yes.
So so you can fast
can I draw
again.
another one?
Yeah, it will last
Okay.
turn that you...
I will attempt. A 12 would not make it?
No, it makes it.
Okay. D20 will be a 9.
9 again. Roll me 1d6, please.
Roger. 12.
It's another fireball.
I'll ready that up and toss it next round, right?
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Lily already did this last turn, let's say. No, she does it now anyway. Even though that guy falls down, she just rolls her eyes and lets go of the safe. Sigurd?
Oops.
Does the safe just crush him?
It like lands on back of his head and concrete it buries his head off into the concrete slightly. Let's just end combat, shall we, for now? I think we can, because Crocodile's not about to start fighting majorly. He looks up at you and he says, "What, free for dinner?" "Oh shit, wait, we're here."
Yeah. Are you under her control?
No, she's let go.
No, you're under that thing. And she points at the cuff.
I feel like shit, he says. I'm all burnt up. Drops to his knees.
She glances back to see how everybody else is doing.
What's everybody else doing?
Sigrid, blood pouring down her face, and you look over and she just grins and gives you a thumbs up.
What has happened with the last remaining person? I don't know her actual name.
Drizzle.
Yes.
She
Is
just
it-
said something that made no sense. After
Lucius,
Matthias said what?
Lucius, that you?
She will dismiss the fireball and say, "Is that enough?
Yeah. Cuff
Knock me
her.
up. Knock me out before she's back. I don't know if I'm gonna make it." And she's gonna put her hands forward for the cuffs.
Sorry. What was that though? Knock you what, sorry?
Knock me out before the time runs out.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how much
Who has
Luke
cuffs?
and Cole I have left.
Did we all grab some cuffs?
Yeah, Fen
I-
Yeah.
like steps forward and shakes, and a set that are there for easy grabbing on either side of his body rattle.
Ah!
Perfect. Grab one and cuff her.
Does that kick me out automatically, or I have to dismiss myself?
It might trap you inside, depending on how it's built.
You do not get kicked out, but you don't feel much or anything change either.
Can I get out?
Yeah, if you try to dismiss, you wake up in your body.
She's a
I will.
magic user. She's all her things are charms.
Oh,
Oh.
right. You're right.
Well,
So
At
I
least
guess I'm
she's
gonna.
handcuffed.
Yeah,
Yep.
she can't pull a charm out
I'll-
if she's handcuffed.
I'll be out of my body before she finishes the click of the cuffs.
Click. This person blinks.
She sees bloody Sigrid, Matthias, and Fen just standing right in front of her.
This
Hi.
isn't going to end well for any of us.
Why not?
Raises her eyebrows.
So, what's going on in the other room?
Yeah. So for the first 10 seconds of this conversation, there'll be heavy fighting sounds.
And then it stops. So my hand just passed through hers, right?
Yeah, it passes
start
straight
saying-
through.
I'll just like close my eyes and take a deep breath for a second and go, I'm sorry.
She squints at you.
Seems like you've been through a lot.
How sincere are you being right now?
Very, actually.
Okay.
Like, she's moved from pissed to like kind of piteous.
Okay.
And then she'll say, I just don't get the anger.
The rage is unbridled. If you'd had time to see the evil that I have, Lily. Dunning. Anvil sound. Bong.
A few people going, ooh, all at once.
then maybe you'd understand. Are you going
can't
to let me
understand.
sleep?
Can't understand, but I can empathize. Listen. Can you use a phone?
Yes.
I will say, look, I'll let you sleep. Don't pull any. Please stop hurting people on the island. That's all I want. And as long as you promise not to, try to mind control me, I'm here to listen to you if you need help. Or someone just to talk to as an equal or friend. Maybe not friends yet, but we can get there, maybe. And then she'll read off give a number of one of her her more used burner phones.
So you'll leave. You'll let me sleep.
If we have a deal and a promise that you're not gonna break, we can't pinky swear or anything like that because of, you know, the incorporeal thing. But do I have your word?
Most of my favorite toys have already gone missing, it seems. There. She waves her hand. I've released everyone.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
Lucius, you would have been able to approach everyone else. Potentially been able to approach. I mean, you can see this on Mind Link.
I imagine we would be approaching, but not at a giant rush. She doesn't seem like she wants us to.
Disabled dynamic lighting?
It's disabled.
If it helps.
And with that, I'll actually let her go. I mean,
I guess I'm just gonna move and let you continue with the scene. I'll move here.
She fades into the ground. You can see the outline of Mr. Giggles was there with her the whole time. And it lingers for a couple of seconds longer. But then just disperses.
gonna turn and look at Violet. And just kind of frown.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to call her bluff.
This was a no-win scenario. And it seems like she literally just wanted a friend.
What?
All of everything she's done so far, she's wanted. Someone to play against, someone to play with. I don't know. I took a gamble. See if she sticks to her word.
So she's not going to be brought in?
I don't think we can.
I mean, we absolutely can.
Lucius, and in fact everyone, caught the start of the conversation just before you started fighting. Nura said that she will be sleeping in one of these apartments. So you could search for her. I mean, you've only got 24 hours to do it, but you've also only got, like, 8 times 15 apartments to search. You could just set a bunch of owls loose in here and say there are mice hidden. You find her in 10 minutes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll respect your decision if that's what you want to do. I just don't want you to change your mind in a few hours once you see the fallout of what she did.
Oh, I'm angry beyond all recognition.
I guess Lucius comes out of the shadow with the very familiar click of a lighter lighting up a cigarette as he asks, "Are you sure about this?"
No,
Right behind Violet.
absolutely not.
Should find her and
Then
kill
do
her.
you
Crocs
want me to
appears.
find her? Oh,
But-
shit.
But she's not lying about what she can bring out.
That's what I'm worried about. But
That's not the kind of threat that goes away.
Ellie,
But it can be dealt with later.
you do know a lot of people die from her. It's not something we can just forget.
Not forget, nor forgive. But do we really want to? It's a risk either way. I mean, what
Lucius
does
is
everyone else
gonna-
think? We're mind linked.
Lucius will decide to trust Lily on her judgment.
Some of the others of us are also in a conversation.
Oh,
I don't think we're as used to juggling two at once.
you're talking to the witch.
Yeah, she said something about like how you don't understand how bad this is gonna be, and he said what, and then we cut to the other scene.
Mm-hmm. You say what? And then she says, this is where the walls are weak. This is where she can pull it through. But, and then she stops mid-sentence and blinks a couple of times. And she says, I'm free. She looks down and around. Who are you?
Hey, Sigrid.
Sigrid turned around after bleeding on your friend.
Yeah, she goes over. You okay?
I know who you are. Who are you? She points at Matthias. Why am I... No, she remembers all this. What am I on about? She's released me. Noura's released me. Is she going to sleep? Have you killed her? Somehow?
We will.
You may. But you will unleash the fury if you do, perhaps. The Daikaiju, she calls it.
Sorry, could you say that sentence again?
She calls it the Daikaiju. Have you seen those Japanese television programs?
No.
Ultraman, Godzilla, things like that. Giant monsters. There are other worlds where those things are as common as ants. Nura has one ready to pull through.
If she dies?
I'm not sure the exact mechanism, but with a thought, she could do it.
But if she's asleep?
But she's probably set a contingency.
I see.
I would like to leave. But it
I
would be
bet you
rude
would.
to do so without asking.
The door's that way, and Matthias will point at where they entered.
She looks at Sigrid. Did you want me to stay?
Guess not.
She mumbles a few words, takes a step back. She seems to be chanting something in another language. Her robes whip lightly around her legs, and then she whoop disappears.
Does she disappear?
How does she disappear?
She
Off the
mumbled
spell?
something.
No. What's the sound she makes again?
Whoop!
Yeah. Wow.
That what you were after?
Yes, that's exactly what I was after.
Okay. Ben is snoring loudly.
All right. With that over, I'm just gonna look at the rest of them and say, I'll keep an eye on her, guys. But seriously, I think we have cleanup to do.
Anybody go for steak? I go for steak.
I think we have to deal with Fallout.
Yeah, we do.
We have to figure out how to prevent her from doing what apparently she can do.
I absolutely agree.
Do we kill her in sleep?
I don't think so.
That's not what we do in Nirvana.
Well, this day, lots of things not normal in Nirvana.
I think it would cause more harm than good.
Okay. I trust you. I guess,
Now look at the big guy real quick and go, and you.
Oh. He like moans as he opens his eyes. Oh wait, are you talking
Croc.
to Croc? Yeah, sorry, I was looking at Pink Lily.
Sorry.
I was looking at Future Lily. Don't apologize. You've not done it yet.
Croc.
What?
you remember what we did for you today.
Burnt me to shit. But yeah,
Set you free, you dingus.
looks like the kitty problem's solved for now.
That reminds me. Show me your arm. She pulls out a key.
A key?
Yeah, for the cuff.
Oh. Doy. Clink.
Mostly she wants it back. She doesn't have many of this.
He hands it you back and, like, rubs his wrist. Cracks his neck. I'm gonna bounce. Before she wakes up and comes back for me.
Not a bad idea.
And Crocodile will leave.
But yeah, we should get back and deal with the fallout. I have no idea how Nirvana's going to react to not having politicians.
I saved some of them.
You did.
I'll let them out. Because they're currently incarcerated.
I'm kind of curious if the riot will have stopped or not.
Same.
I mean, once you've killed a few people, you're kind of committed.
What's gonna happen to Nirvana?
Let's go find out.
Yeah, I guess we go topside.
That's kind of just a great ending point right there. I guess we find out, but no, we should continue at least a little while.
There's a big part of me that absolutely agrees with you, though.
Likewise, but also...
What the fuck is happening topside?
Well, I will bamf over to the jail cell and let all the politicians out.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to kill myself anymore, but why did I? What the fuck was that emergency signal? Oh,
Psychic
shit.
attack. We need to get you to Parliament right now.
All right.
I'll work on that.
Moving some politicians back to Parliament.
Yeah. As I'm pulling out myself, or no, damn, I can't. As I mental link with Violet, saying like, did Audrey's situation just solve itself?
Kind of.
It did. So, there's a bit of an interesting situation developing at the research centre in the labs that Audrey runs. About an hour ago, she called mandatory... Well, not about an hour ago. About 5 minutes after that emergency broadcast. Not even then. There was an emergency bulletin sent to all staff that they should convene for meetings to discuss how best to eliminate Lily Dunning and her parents. And the scientists were all eager for this, obviously. Like, oh yes, let's get together and figure this out. But then Audrey started decommissioning them one at a time. But they have come up with some pretty good ideas by this point.
So they spent a while in sort of meeting hell, waiting until she could get back, and then she's been deprogramming.
Mm-hmm. And then you would see on the one that you're currently deprogramming, whoever it might be, Audrey, all the chains just whip straight away, rattle into nothing. As if the control's been dispelled entirely at source.
Once she realizes that wasn't her doing, it's more of a, and then she checks in. Oh, okay.
And then removes the cuffs so that poor girl doesn't die.
Oh, that one got solved a while ago.
I'm not sure the cuffs have been removed though.
Oh, did you just murder that little girl?
I mean, she's not murdered.
She's not dead either, but she could be better.
That's what I meant. Mostly, she's not fully trusted yet.
Wise choice. She's a very powerful individual.
Like, even uncontrolled, she needs to be controlled.
So yeah, the ones that were planning, like in an off room from Audrey, I think, like, your next in command who's in there, William will knock on door. Or the most senior yet to be deprogrammed will say, yeah, so it seems like we've got some pretty great ideas, honestly, but do we really want to go through with this still?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What do you got though? Let's see it. She gets up and
Okay, so we find out, like, yeah, and they've got plans to find out the resonant frequencies of Mila and Ray and kind of just explode them with sound. They're pretty excited about that one. They think they can do it pretty easily. And it'd be...
imagine it's an entertaining half hour of checking out doomsday devices.
But yeah, essentially, the most efficient would just be to, you know, move everything into a bunker and then detonate some kind of antimatter device on the surface. That'd kill, like, most things.
Joe from accounting keeps insisting that he has a car and he could just run them over. No.
Like, forward and reverse. Job done. Alright, yeah.
Well, it's good that nobody did anything really horrible during their brainstorming schemes. I hope.
Yeah, they kind of
there are probably
smile.
some people who are like, oh, well, I might as well go through with it, right?
Right.
There's definitely quite a few lab staff that have been killed for being too close to politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can be done about them? Like healing? Medical?
Burial? Cremation?
Never mind.
Mobile phone networks are still down, but I think Mawson's got radio comms with you. Surf's mobile as well.
We should probably call Morrison over radio.
What's going on? Things are calming down a lot. Guys we've got back at place have stopped trying to kill themselves. Have you dealt with this? Anyone?
I think that's a Lucius thing. You're his little pet project.
I guess Lucius answers, and I'm not sure what would you like me to roll, but he's gonna be like, "Well, my son, we got a lot of work to do."
Is the threat over?
And he's gonna go over with everything he can do to help Nirvana, starting with the people that need help.
When I find out Lucius is getting a little philosophical, I'll say, for now.
Lily,
Yes.
use your owls, find hurt and wounded people, and you teleport me to all the worst of them.
Ask other Lily.
Other Lily.
She just grabs your hand, and you both disappear.
I think, like, at some point there's going to be a stop somewhere where there's just a pile of food.
I suspect at least a few of us do a lot of just sort of street level running around trying to help out with not minor, but like there's lots of bad things happening everywhere.
Mantis wants to help out the world.
So yeah,
Yes.
you have got a guy waiting in Trent's old basement. A technomancer type guy.
Yeah, Mantis will head back there and they'll go through to Switzerland to make a call.
Aye, aye. A call will get made.
I just prefer the service there, so I have help get the plane ready for my personal calls.
Yep. Much better service in Switzerland. It's because of the mountains. Who are you
That's how
calling?
it works.
I forgot who you were calling.
Ghostbusters.
Chan Yu.
Hmm.
Or no, Ghost to call Chan Yu.
Oui. Bonjour, mon ami.
Hello, you said you were open to helping me. I assume you've heard about what's been going on?
I just found out. Seems interesting. Seems dangerous. Are you safe? You're in Switzerland, I see.
Yeah, it's getting better now. I stumbled into an opportunity and I think I need Chun Yu's help.
Alright. Do you still have the coin he gave you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
I'll call him.
Thank you.
The island is not looking great. There are indeed still people doing stuff.
Just the people who are like, oh, finally.
I mean, the Fisheries Guild have got 9 mech suits in operation. And they might want to blow up Parliament.
I mean, we probably stopped that.
Stupid.
Most
Do
likely.
do their mechs have fucking Guy Fawkes masks on them?
No. But only
I'll
because
call
Steve
the
them-
other groups that wanted to murder me, who's currently at the airport, or who would be heading to the airport. And
It's a good
ask for an
point.
assist.
Your team's
Call
at
it
the
cancel.
airport. They'll radio to you to say, like, doesn't look like anyone's showing up.
All right, why don't we take care of these mechs that are trying to blow up Parliament?
Well, shit. Yes, please.
I will move them. And unlock Cheese Girl.
What the fuck, Lily?
You were trying to murder people. Uncuff.
You didn't need to set Sigrid on me.
Just shrug. Take it. We have to stop some dudes in a mech suit from blowing up Parliament. Come on.
Other Lily is probably the one who warned you about this. To be honest, yeah.
Bootstrap
Yeah, they're probably
paradox.
gonna go through with that anyways.
Uh-huh. And yeah, they would be found with high amounts of explosives accessing service tunnels underneath Parliament.
But all the metas just freaking descend on them.
Fuck do you guys want? One of the suits will ask you.
One of the suits, or
Yeah, someone inside one of the mech suits.
for you to not do what you're doing right now?
This fallacy, this phallus above us is an abomination. It should be brought down.
Look at Red.
I think not. After what Island go through, some stability is needed. Bring it, bitch.
And a fight that we don't need to do ensues.
One of them detonates the suit. Most of you manage to get away.
Sigurd just stands in the fire.
The tunnels underneath Parliament take it. Sigrid doesn't.
We dig her out a couple days later.
Yeah.
I was mostly joking.
Yeah, no. So, that fight will, you'll win it. But at least two of those guys are probably going to detonate the suits.
Okay.
And Lily can get away with most people. Genevieve can make a pretty sturdy wall of fabric, along with Cheese Girl blocking stuff up and everyone together. But, yeah, for fun, Sigrid definitely gets buried in the rubble of the semi-nuclear explosion.
Tell me she at least was tossing a child at somebody outside of the rubble pile.
Yeah, go on then. For some reason they were just someone's toddler walking past in these tunnels underneath Parliament. Right at the moment when this guy was that's it, I'm doing
Another
it.
teammate. Get another teammate out of there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you threw Nipper at the last second through a closing aperture of solid parmesan.
Sigurd just spends a few days with rebar pin cushioning her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, radical. And then, 48 hours later, a piece of rock moves off your face and you feel Fenn's wet nose and tongue all over your face.
El Destructor is standing there going we had to dig very deep to get to you.
Lifts you out.
Sigurd is just in paranoid delusions because, oh my god, ah!
I've been buried for 2 days. I'm so thirsty and hungry.
Yeah. No, I think the rock comes off and oh, please tell me you brought food.
Fenn turns over and pulls out a big pack of thick, chunky style beef jerky that's in his saddlebag.
You're the best boy. Yes, you are, Ven. Ven, you're the best boy. Oh, Ven, I don't know what I'd do without you.
Tail wagging, butt shaking. Reaches over to the other side of his saddlebags and pulls you out a bottle of whiskey.
That is the best boy.
I figure at
That's
some
fine.
point Lily disappears during the cleanup and rescue operations. And then becomes other Lily.
Yeah. Yar. And you get up to all sorts of shit, I think. As other Lily. That I did not manage to mention.
I'll PM it to you.
Cool. Radical. A fair bit of setting up were done, I think.
I mostly want to hear how the time bomb goes off.
Yeah, so
Wait, there was a time bomb too?
I mean, yes, but only in the literal sense.
Ghost will call back and say Chan Yu can come.
Oh, good. Does location matter?
No.
I suppose Nirvana is not the best place since it would be ocean.
Mm. So,
And then Matthias will go find a place to wait with
Dominic,
Dominic, yes.
what is our plan? What are we going to do?
We are going to figure out how the device works. We'll need to go grab the device before we do anything. We'll figure out how it works and expand its radius to protect the entire world. There will be no arms race of metas against metas, of countries against metas. There will be no normal lives destroyed by suddenly becoming meta. Everyone will just be a regular person. And perhaps something about the way we do this will rewrite our own histories.
Well, making what you've got into something that could cover the whole world is difficult. Dominic could probably do it, but it's like a months long venture, I'd say. Either that or thieving something from the moon that might have already been thefted by someone else.
Oh no, a months-long venture.
But
I mean, some of us might lose interest after a month.
The idea is for this to take place in the past.
I see. Could take
Hence why
even
they would have
longer than
decades to do that.
if he's having to work. Yeah, okay. So, Chan Yu will show up with Ghost. Good to see you again. In person this time.
Likewise. You were sympathetic to my wishes, what for me was a long time ago. I'm hoping you might still be.
Mm-hmm. We will end this meta-human threat. Let ourselves have normal lives. Is your hope to use Chan Yu to go back in time?
Yep.
He will nod. He will prepare a spell. And that in itself will take about a week. So you have time to bring anyone that you want to bring on this journey into the past.
Matthias will go ahead and ask people to gather at the roller rink.
Roller rink.
We will do so.
Hey guys, I know we're all quite busy right now. What with all that's happened?
No government.
I mean, too many governments, really.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke, did you see that tweet I liked about armed insurrection?
I didn't. I'll have to watch out for that one.
Someone told the guy, but that'll lead to anarchy. And the guy was like, I think you misunderstand my opinions on armed insurrection.
Yeah.
But anyways, as you know, after our adventure in the future, I was able to travel back further than the rest of you. I got to try living a normal life in a world without metas for a little while. And also, as you saw, Guy was from our future, not ours, but one. Perhaps originally ours. So there's a lot we don't know about time travel.
True.
What we do know is that someone going back won't erase everyone here. But it can perhaps change some things.
My understanding is that they would change a world.
That can't be the case because our past has changed.
Right, we're a world that was changed.
No, I mean, we were not changed and then we were. This is the same world it's always been, right?
I don't understand.
Would you agree that this is the world we've always lived in?
I mean, this is the world that I've always lived in. Well,
Right.
I mean, actually, no, I rescind that. This is the world I've lived in since we arrived.
I know that I have changed the past here. Our past. And yet we're all still here. It hasn't had massive effects that undid everything. So you can change the past, is what I'm saying. I want to go back and change the past. This time, though, perhaps I won't be abducted by some of your descendants or ancestors or however that worked. So I would ask, who would like to go travel back in time to the 1800s?
If we make world that you want, I not exist. I'm out.
Oh, he didn't clarify what he was going to do yet, unless Violet spilled the beans.
She hasn't said anything, but it's possible Secret's making assumptions.
She's making an ass out of you and me.
But not her.
I'm kind of involved in the things that are going on here.
But we could make things better. No desolation of an entire continent, no segregation of millions of people to an artificial island in the middle of the Pacific.
I would just like to say that well before 1800s, when you want to change world, I live in world where we had slave. Like, normal people do this shit too.
Time travels, for the most part, a bad idea. You're welcome to do whatever you want, man. You do you. I like my cell
Lucius
phones.
will.
I like my powers. Oh wait, you haven't said the power thing up. I like my cell phones. I am not going to the 1800s.
What were you saying, Lucius?
Lucius will grab some nicotine gum and say, "Sorry, Matthews. What's done is done. Havana needs us right now. This is what we gotta focus. We might not be able to fix the past, but we can fix the present."
Mantis will look to everyone then and be like, alright, then this is goodbye again.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you. And after whatever happens, Mantis will head off to get ready.
Cool.
Does a group hug happen?
I'm so proud
you
of how
start
far
one-
you come.
Yeah, if he starts one, absolutely.
Sigurd will.
Alright, then the awkwardness starts.
Lucius is not the kind of hugging person, but he will give you a stern, firm handshake.
Fen
Si-
Best of
Sigurd,
luck.
stands up on his back legs and puts his paws on your shoulders.
Sigurd's got that Norse warrior in her. Yeah, she like comes over and big hug.
Good journey.
If you're
Bon
not worried about
voyage.
if you're not worried about butterflies, we can definitely put you together some kind of a kit. I'm kind of with
Sure.
Lily. Like, if I'm going to the past, I'm not gonna do it without modern conveniences.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I bet your nerds
Great.
would fucking love a time traveler instant god kit.
Yeah, actually,
They've probably already planned it.
yeah. Sigurd's like, I want calls what's her face? Hey, how you doing?
Hannah. No?
No, not Hannah. Queen Nerd.
Queen Nid. Oh, Jane. She's like,
Jane.
pretty good. Yeah. You know, working at the university. She was like one of the senior like PhD students. And she's been working with you since first day, and that's why she's one of your top classmen here as well.
Okay. Sweet. Hey, you get rest of nerds together and brainstorm time travel kit.
Where are we time traveling to?
We send off friend.
When? When are we time traveling to? When are they?
He said 1800s.
That's quite the range. Text me the exact year, and we'll work on it.
The country
1826.
Oh yeah, and country is important.
Switzerland.
Okay. Go.
Oh,
Ted.
Okay.
Matisse is me such a Connecticut Yankee.
Do you have a way of getting back? Other than the long way?
No.
Fair.
Oh yeah.
So I guess Matisse will be given a kit at some point.
Mhm.
With a bunch of weird things in it.
Some of them are probably good ideas. Some of them are just ludicrous.
But it's gonna be one of those ludicrous ones that you get back to the past and go, "Oh my god, it was genius!"
There's like 3 different kinds of towels.
Mm-hmm. trying to think
This
of the
one's microfiber.
So should we get to the end of this one or jump back to someone else for a bit?
probably a bunch of seeds.
Oh yeah, all the GMO seeds.
Kind of just a general look at what happens over the week that time travel into the past preparations are happening. So, several groups want to claim leadership of Nirvana. None of them agree that any other should have leadership of Nirvana. The two that are sort of in a shaky coalition right now comprise the remaining surviving council members, which is about 20% of what the council were, and Surf, headed by Mawson.
Audrey, it time. I run for council.
She laughs, but in a supportive manner. It's a great idea.
There's a big conglomerate of unions headed up by the Fisheries Guild, pretty much the remaining leadership of them that didn't blow up in the tunnels underneath Parliament last week. That are calling for a large-scale reform that the politicians and Surf with a shaky power at the minute aren't able to hold, aren't willing to offer large-scale reform. But mostly everyone on the island is kind of in agreement that a lot of things should change. So it's still unclear where it's going to go. International communities like declared Nirvana a no-fly zone.
Yeah.
Said that absolutely no one should enter Nirvana. They, like the State Department for every country that's got foreign nationals. Every country with its citizens in Nirvana is like, shit, sorry. We'll do us best if they're a human. Can't make no promises. There was a brief evacuation, I think. Mostly consisted of about 30 Americans.
I think Audrey's probably focused on evacuating assets and people, but headed in the direction of Japan.
Okay.
Trying to migrate the aerospace center there before we're kicked out or just totally looted.
Got you.
I imagine there's an awful lot of private security being just in existence.
Is this East or West Japan?
The one that's controlled by the states.
East Japan. Okay. And
North Japan?
yeah, North is more accurate. Hokkaido and about half of Tokyo and main island.
She puts up a good fight, but at this point there's no level of reason that can be argued for staying invested here, at least short term.
So,
Yeah, Balin?
what
You
about
jerk?
Audrey herself? Is Audrey going to leave as well?
I mean, Audrey's still on the island. She's evacuating assets and stuff at the moment.
Okay. So there will be a very angry conversation with your grandma, like, what in the hell are you thinking, if you don't just completely ignore her calls?
There's probably multiple angry conversations, and then ignoring.
With various family members, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta get it, you're insane, you're gonna die. That place is a non-place, it's getting blockaded. It's like, yeah, in fact, I think... in a rare agreement, or like a rare lineup on policy, USSR, UN, and USA, and China all set like the same day as the time limit for people to evacuate from Nirvana, which is like September 1st or something.
Damn.
After this day, they intend to blockade Nirvana and not permit anyone to leave. And they will offer whatever assistance they can to help citizens leave before that date, but after that they can't offer any help or promises.
We did bring the world together, kind of.
In a way, yeah. Sort of against
I would-
this scumbag island.
Yeah, Osmandius.
I would like to make one scene.
Make what?
I want to find Garth.
Cool. Alright, so this is maybe
Either-
the evening before Matthias's scheduled reversal of time.
Yeah.
Garth is found.
Where?
Buying some street food.
I'll sit down with him. Just bamfing.
Well, figured you'd find me eventually.
Yeah. Lots going on.
Yeah, place is going to shit. I'm thinking it's about time I retire, honestly.
That's good. It saves me from telling you you're fucking gonna retire and then punching you in the stomach.
Huh. Shit. Yeah. Might go to South America. Maybe I'll try and cash
luck
in
to
on U.S. citizenship and go to Venezuela.
Wherever you go, God save that country. She leans in pretty close and says, and all that tech, all that shit, you're giving me the keys so I can shut it the fuck down. I don't want you or your technology, your blood, your invisible blood bots inside people's tap water, your fucking moon base, all of it. It's going down today. Otherwise, we're gonna have problems.
You're gonna upset a lot of people, putting them out of jobs, but sure. Ain't so much a key as this. And he slides his little shiny black box smartphone over to you. Now,
Grab it.
you probably want to know about the aliens.
Of course.
They're on their way. Not expected to arrive for another 100 years or so.
Just grabs the bridge of the nose and does that like squeeze thing, just like.
That's a developing situation.
Of course.
They don't seem friendly. They are talking to the Chinese.
Fuck. Okay.
China and USSR and USA all have moon bases.
Of course they do.
I think that Israel might have one. But I might just be paranoid.
I start fiddling with the box. What's the password?
69, 69, 69.
Of course.
Joe and Kate and them lot, they're going to look after themselves. I've already spoke to them this morning. They might get a lot louder. they might register as bona fide vigilantes.
If that's even a thing anymore.
Yeah,
She'll
we'll see.
pocket the device.
That did kind of cause this whole mess, didn't it? Or at least get Noora all riled up.
Hindsight. And she'll start float up out of the seat a little bit and go, Garth, I would say it was a pleasure, but that'd be a damn dirty lie. I'll see you when I see ya.
He just picks his hat up off table, stuffs it on top of his head, smiles at you, and stands up and leaves.
I'll bamf away.
I lost some train of thought there, I think, but is it coming back?
Compact train. Luke needs on
Choo-choo,
board.
motherfucker.
No, I think we're just looking at... It's time travel time. An unexpected guest shows up, though. Someone that you've not seen in a while. Ulfid,
Nazi?
Sigrid's mum.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Ah.
Oh dear.
I heard you were planning a
Mum!
trip. Oh, hey, Sigrid.
Wait, where is she showing up?
I'm not sure. Where would you meet to say final
Stage
goodbyes?
list? Oh, final goodbyes. So right after the group hug.
Oh, fair enough
That
then.
was the roller rink.
So, yeah, back there at that scene. Ulfid is walking in just as the awkward hug is separating.
Oh shit. Everyone pulls weapons.
Well, after a bit of discussion about kits and stuff, but yeah.
Don't worry. I'm one of the good Ulfids. Probably. I think.
You're all good, Ulfids.
Hey, she like gets you in an headlock and gives you a bit of a nuggie. Beautiful daughter. She's got a character sheet and everything. Personal acquaintances? Yes. So, you're going back in time to change things?
Unless you stop me again.
I won't be trying to, but I might. It depends where you go. And know that things can't change for all of us. You're going to make a better place. But it'll be for you and who you take with you. And the people who you meet there. We might exist in some form, but you'll never meet us again.
I think you're wrong. There are too many inconsistencies with what we've seen.
Okay. Enjoy, and good luck. I'm excited to know. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Do you want to arrange some kind of... Oh, you can come find us if you make it that far.
Would you be able to create some sort of link? A dormant link?
Holy aura.
I mean, yes, but if you're going there as a one-way trip, communication might not actually matter.
Words and stone last longest.
Hmm.
Longer than any digital storage. And if you're
A good idea.
destroying all metahumans, the link presumably will fail. No?
Well, regardless, don't try to contact us until after you leave. Otherwise, you'll guarantee it's a different world.
Out of character, I don't understand that.
In character, Laura doesn't either. She's rubbing her temples. She's like, huh? Time travel is confusing.
Just roll with it, Laura.
Okay.
But, like, he never contacted us in the past. So, clearly, you're right, it's complicated.
Oh, I see.
It's not worth...
But, like, also metahumans exist, so you failed, right?
Just put my hand on her shoulder and say, time travel bullshit, Laura. Time travel bullshit.
Well, good luck, Matthias. Like, I hope you'll meet our daughter, Laura Jr., one day.
We'll see.
We'll call her Laura Matthias Lucius Jr. Laura Matthias Lucius Lockhart Jr.
It's just getting longer and longer.
I'm honored.
Lucius is strangely okay with this. It will be a way to remember you, Matthias. Have a good luck.
Look, I rolled.
Oh, shit. Fair enough.
He's somewhat less honored than confused by that name.
And I think the spell's being cast in Switzerland. So yeah, fast
Yep.
forward back a week, you've got your kit, how to become a god kit, how to make the technology that Dominic will need to make the technology in the past.
Yeah.
You managed to get a whole
The
bunch
plan
more
B.
anti-meta stuff.
Ooh, nice.
What for more researching and what have yous.
Okay, then, can I also plant a seed?
In the past.
No, like right now.
Yeah.
Story plot-wise.
Oh, okay. Not that kind of seed. A different kind of seed.
The best kind of seed.
Yeah, there'll be an older man, somewhere watching some of the scenes that have happened.
Old Matthias.
Like 40s, mid-late 40s.
Cool. Radical. Just creeping in the background, like, hey, can I get some skates already?
One of the extras in Sigurd's class.
sipping on some street food next to Garth on that bar while Lily were talking to him.
Well, actually, perhaps not if, yeah, he'd show up later after the other time stuff.
Fair dues.
Confusing.
Yar. Well,
Time travel, it's hard.
Without further ado,
step into the pentagram. It's not a pentagram, but it is runes drawn in various rare pigments and materials on sacred ground. And yeah, dial the Stargate for 1886, did you say?
No, 1826.
1826. The runes twist and turn and spiral, and it feels like you're descending on an elevator. The ground, like, dropping slowly at first and then really fast. For everyone watching, it spins, the air rotates, the people become distorted, blurs, and then dust fills the room, chokes you a bit, blinds your eyes, and when it settles, they've gone. For people travelling to the past, I think you land in, like, the side of a green sunny hill in Switzerland, 1826. It's like a cowbell, dingles, cling cling behind you. Cow leans down to pick some grass up from next to your head.
Some shepherd girl and or shepherd boy and a girl in a wheelchair somewhere.
I don't know that reference.
Heidi.
Yeah, that's pretty famous. I should know that reference. I've seen a statue of Heidi, I think, in Switzerland. And then you see someone who looks kind of familiar
Scheisse.
walking up the hill. He looks a lot like that shopkeeper.
Oh, that's even more weird timing. Oh god. Yeah, this would be around when the actual Ignatius would have been like a kid.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
Because that one was set in like 1851.
yeah, never mind. Ignore. I just thought it would have been funny to have those characters walk up and be like, "Who the devil are you bastards?"
They can still do that, but it'd just be even weirder.
Yeah, they do that, and they wearing like steampunk glasses and weird bowler hats and future shoes and stuff like that. They got Marty McFly's 2025 Nikes on.
Well, after getting oriented, Matthias and Dominic will probably just try to set up a base of operations to figure things out. Spend a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
And then the important thing to me is I want to dictate a little thing about what happens after, if you allow them to succeed in this time, in the timeline they're in.
I will allow them to succeed and alter a timeline, yes.
So I'll have them succeed by 18... did I say 20? 40... 1854... Might want to change the dates later. Depending on how things work, we'll see. They succeed after Matthias had originally gone back. And I guess they're in a world where he didn't get... No, right, they'll succeed in the 1840s. So Matthias, the one who's there, won't get abducted by the other time travelers. And that Matthias will get to raise his child.
Radical. Little baby Laura Jr.
Wait, what?
He names Laura Jr. in tribute to Laura Sr., who named her baby Laura Matthias Lucius Lockhart Jr.
Wait, was a child a girl in this
That makes
timeline?
sense.
No, I think it were a boy.
Yeah, it was originally a boy.
Very committed to the name Laura Jr. though.
And then one thing I want to have happen, so Matthias has been living this other life, and then there's the other Matthias who gets to live out another life. At some point, for Matthias, this Matthias, to feel the experiences of the life of the one who went back to 1849 or 8, and the life of the one who was born in 1982.
They merge somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens when you touch each other. You know, the annihilation event that people have warned you about.
I was just thinking their experience is not literally physical. Because there's no way for him to touch the one who was born in 1982.
Unless, like, an evil Sigrid throws up and shows him at you.
Basically, what I'm going for is his idea of a happy ending to at least appear to happen. Where it not only fixes the past, but gets to experience the life he would have had.
Okay.
And same for anyone else caught in time travel. So only Dominic.
Interesting. That can be explored for sure in the
Because
future.
that way he gets a happy ending and without writing him out entirely.
Sounds good. I'm not sure how the merge would take place. I'd want to think on that. Anyone else? Who's next?
Sigurd runs for council.
In whatever form government takes, I think Sigrid gets it.
Awesome. She totally runs on like a campaign of like, I will be the best for you, and we will make this better for all of you, cause fuck those guys.
For years to come, you're used as an example against populism.
Lol.
Well, no, but Sigrid surrounds herself with smart people.
Mm-hmm.
Best leaders don't have to be smart; they just have to know how to listen to the smart people.
Mm-hmm. And Sigrid is generally a good person.
Yeah.
And she wants
Eh,
power for all the stupidest reasons. Why
Well,
why
you know.
does Sigrid want power?
Because it's what you're supposed to do: power and wealth, and
it's how you
I have-
win.
yeah,
I have
it's
a
how you
feeling
win.
Sigrid gets that, sits in her chair, and then goes, "Now what the fuck I do?"
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yes, it is. Honestly, I just see her getting fired eventually because she's out superheroing all the time.
I'll tell that. Yeah. Fair enough.
I have a quick scene. Lily's scrolling through the nightmare of a black box that Garth gave her,
Oh yeah.
and just reading all this shit, and she looks up, goes, "What? I'm forgetting to do something. What the hell am I forgetting to do?" It's probably not a big deal. As the clone pod opens up, and
Baby
a
Lily.
6-year-old child, and clone, not baby Lily, but child basically of Lily stumbles out.
Yeah. Alright. Violet / Audrey. Probably Violet. You get an alarm blaring, like
I
Oh,
think
this is
I
Nat
think
HQ.
no. Yeah, she took that away, and
Oh
Like-
yeah.
neither of them has any connection to that thing at this point.
Radical.
She did that on purpose.
Oh yeah, I wiped my hands of this thing.
But
Yeah.
no, I meant Lily took it out of their hands on purpose. She wanted to control it.
Mm-hmm. I thought I could remember maybe you telling me that you wanted to keep an eye on that, but then also I think I remember you telling me that you wanted to do the opposite and just like leave that be.
Yeah.
don't want that dirt on my fingers.
So there's
I
a
think-
6-year-old wandering around.
Inside the NAC HQ. But yeah, that was Lily's finishing a scene.
And I'll finish that scene. Hello? The girl calls out. And someone else responds. Hi? What's your name? Out of the shadows, a shape forms. It's Nura. I'm Nura, she says.
Oh, she's just in NAC HQ?
It seems that way.
Okay.
Do you want to play? And then the girl looks around and says, yeah. Anyone
That's
else?
ominous as shit.
Yeah, it is way more ominous than it should be.
I think that might be a good.
Yeah, I think that's a good wrap point. There will be a lot of figuring out of things, but I think that's good.
All right. Well, thanks very
hello?
much. Hello. Oh, Lucius.
Oh.
Lucius
Yeah.
as a baby get born.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Lucius would be a little bit more boring. He would spend all, if not most, of his life just making sure that Nirvana is safe, that he's supporting Morrison, and making sure that Nirvana is a place where everybody can at least stay safe. And in his shift at 4 or 5 p.m., so that he can go back to Laura and his child to make sure to give them the best life that he can give them.
Oh, buddy.
If
Now
that's
you-
even possible at this point.
Now you're outnumbered. There's 2 of them now.
As you past your child, as you pass your daughter Laura Jr. for the first time, and you're overcome with that joyous feeling, you hear a tiny sobbing in your ear. Turn your head and see a fairy sat on your shoulder, just she's so beautiful. How baby girl. I brought her a gift. It's a spinning wheel. It's like magic or
Spinning
something. She really shouldn't touch the needle before her 16th birthday. I read this in a story. It's super awesome. Don't make sure she doesn't prick her finger on that needle. Or it's super bad or something. I don't know. Cursed spinning wheel. Awesome present. I know, I won. So see you later. And then
Wait,
she
why?
flies away. You look at the
Why
spinning
would-
wheel, and the camera does a dolly zoom, and you hear
I'm blocking that thing on the attic.
violins.
But yeah, I think that's it.
All right, yeah. With a Kobold Cafe, we're probably going to pause this game for a while.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we are probably going to pause this game for a while, and we'll see. We might not be back on Fridays either. Might move to Sundays. We'll see for that. I am Luke. I was the GM. We had Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I play Audrey/Violet, and I guess they aren't going to be spies for a little bit.
Oh, I guess you're not. We had James.
Hey, I'm James. I played Sigrid, Nirvana Councilwoman.
The berserk
Yeah.
bureaucrat.
The berserk bureaucrat. Oh my god, yeah. She hated that.
You actually lose your first council run because you've not got the relevant equivalent education qualification.
Okay.
But then the year after that, you will get your council position.
Okay. Awesome.
Not even year after that, like 4 months after that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying to close, and there's too much to dive into. We could go on forever.
Oh yeah.
But you got to take them off sometime. So we had Jared.
Hey, I'm Jared. I played Matthias Oberlin. I initially thought his goal would be a lot less achievable, and then it became achievable.
Oh. You done it?
And now weird time shit will happen when you see him next.
Aye. At least for him. We had Everoth. Have we done Everoth?
We've not.
Everoth.
Sorry, what?
We're saying goodbye to Ever.
Saying goodbye.
Ah, bye-bye. I lost sound for a second. My computer derped.
No worries. Well, we had Tara.
Hey, I'm Tara. I played Lily, and she's probably gonna turn into the thing she hates most, Garth.
Aye. You got given the Garth box. You're Garth now.
I did.
I definitely see her struggling with each of those things that she wants to get rid of. Maybe I can keep it around. It's under my control now, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll finish off Parallax at some point. I would really like to streamline it and run it again, though, regardless. And we'll be back with something at some point.
Something.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.